Well, we are almost halfway through 2025. Man, has it been a beyond disappointing year for gaming so far. Now, don't get it twisted, by no means am I saying the rest of the year will suck, it is just very slow. And last year, even though it was a very dry year for games, we had releases like Silent Hill 2 Remake, which defied all odds of it being good, for which I am very proud of Blooper Team to prove us wrong. Stellar Blade, which reminded me of the old classic PlayStation 2 hack and slash games. Seriously, I thoroughly enjoyed the combat and the story, and we also had the long-awaited return of college football, even though it isn't perfect because, well, it's EA and it still has a lot of rigged madness gameplay, but it's still enjoyable to compete with your friends in a dynasty to see who brings home the most championships. Unfortunately, on top of all the time it takes to make a game, companies like Xbox have mostly been MIA, convincing people that you, yes you watching this video, owning a phone and or TV is an Xbox. I wish I was joking, this shit is 100% real. They're also giving away their exclusives in the process, to which the day Halo and Gears of War finally release on PlayStation and Nintendo hardware is the day the kid in me goes into absolute shock. Speaking of Nintendo, Nintendo finally makes an appearance with their new Switch console, for which myself and many others are excited to see how Nintendo can come back and reveal hopefully a solid launch lineup and bring fun back into gaming because, well, you know, that's the whole point of playing games, is to have fun and relax. Well, you're probably asking yourself right about now, well, where's PlayStation and all this mess? Well, they're there. They're not very present. They're just watching paint dry at the moment, but they're still trying to capture the live service models and shooting themselves in the foot during the process. Even though they're scaling back to their single-player story experiences again, they still went as far as to have toxic positivity for a game called Concord and reportedly lost $200 to $400 million in the process. It's going great for them, guys. Thumbs up. But today, we're going to put all this stuff behind us because, if I'm being honest, there is a lot to look forward to with this upcoming year of games, as well as beyond. Yes, once again, we know development cycles take more time and AAA games don't always hit the same as they used to. However, I think hopefully with this list of games that I'm personally excited for, will at least give you something to look forward to in the future. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get things kicked off with an old-fashioned countdown list. Hope you all enjoy. Kicking off with our number 10 spot is none other than Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. This is a game I have been keeping up with for such a long time. I love the concept of this game where you are a vampire, obviously, and you have allegiances to make friends and or enemies, factions that you can disrupt, and I heard nothing but great things about the first game, even going so far as to play it myself for a bit. And even though I didn't get around to finishing it, it was still something I thoroughly enjoyed, especially how detailed and great the dialogue was in this first game. It was incredible. I mean, the writing and the quest design was pretty damn good. However, and this is a very big however, be cautious of this game. It has unfortunately been put through development hell, switching developers up, people, and studios getting kicked off the project entirely. Until it gets into people's hands or trusted reviewers that you like to listen to, I would be extremely careful. But yet again, the concept of this game is there. We just have to see if the developer, which is now the new one called Chinese Room, can pull it off. Because, hey, Dead Island 2 came out a semi-decent game for all that it went through, so why not be a bit optimistic when it comes to the future of this? Just remember to be very careful, read multiple reviews, watch multiple videos when this game finally gets into people's hands, and you should be okay. Because my goodness, this game has been taking forever to finally come out, and just then and just now, we finally have a release date that is going to be launching later this year. So, oh my goodness, you think GTA 6 was a long wait? Man, this game was incredibly long to wait for. So I hope it turns out great.
Dad, say hi back.
Of course they know.
What if I told you that every word you say is being recorded?
Taking the spot at number 9 is a game called Judas. Judas is an upcoming game by the guy behind the BioShock series. Ken Levine founded and opened a new studio by the name of Ghost Story Games, and I am so eager to get my hands on this to see what these developers have been cooking up behind the scenes. They've been obviously taking heavy inspiration from BioShock, as well as having a storyline that is influenced by player choices like quote-unquote narrative Legos, as Ken Levine described it in interviews. But again, be aware of this game, because reportedly this has been in development for 7 years, with changes in direction and the studio constantly trying to bolster their team, and for which, if you don't know, this is the studio's first project that they have been working on, and this is their first game. It's just been a kind of a mess behind the scenes, where apparently this was supposed to come out late last year, but it didn't, and now all of a sudden it was supposed to come out this year, later this year in October, November, or December, but they don't know yet, and there has been no marketing. It has been very quiet ever since last year, when we had development gameplay as well as a walkthrough by Ken Levine. It has been radio silence with this game. I don't know what's going on. Neither does the fans that are waiting for this game know what's going on. And look, I know this is probably going to be a very terrible take for a lot of people, but out of the whole entire BioShock series, I love BioShock Infinite the best, which I know my friends Tom and my friend Mike always remind me of how bad of a take that is, and they debate me to this day, and right now they're watching this video, they are rolling their eyes at the moment. And they do have some good points, considering that what we had, or what we were shown, was way different from back in the day when we saw E3. But I am one of those people that is in the minority that I really liked it. And with Judas being in production since 2017, I cannot wait to see how this game turns out, because I truly believe it will be one of the best debut titles for a studio in a very long time.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family.
You know, at some point in our lives, I think that we have all wanted to be a 1950s, 1960s gangster.
Hi, Mom. What do you think? Look at my shoes. Aren't they great?
My God, you look like a gangster.
No? Just me? Okay, I will keep that thought to myself. The Mafia series is one where we can actually live out that fantasy, or just me, carefree and not have to worry about getting clipped or have this tragic ending at the end of our stories. Anyways, getting off that topic and back to video games, Mafia 2 is without a doubt one of my favorite video games of all time, with amazing writing, great gameplay, and great characters. And when I learned that Hangar 13 was developing something after Mafia 3, I got very excited. Well, finally, we have trailers for which we know now and what the game looks like and will take place. It's called Mafia The Old Country. The setting is going to be 1900 Sicily, and the narrative is going to be linear as well as focused. The only problem I have with the Mafia games are that the stories are always usually pretty solid and very interesting. It's just everything else feels like an afterthought, like the open worlds and the activities to do in them. But we have to wait and see for what developer Hangar 13 has in store for us, for which I think we'll have to keep a very close eye on. Because I'm telling you right now, if they even have a percentage of what Mafia 2's level of storytelling had, this is going to be a very good game, and I will be one happy man.
Welcome, Enzo.
No one knows how that world came into being. It devoured everything from the past. Only I was left. That was a fatal mistake.
You know, I see a lot of people complaining, especially when this game got revealed, which is called Tides of Annihilation. People were complaining and saying, oh, character action games are returning now, and the hack and slash games are back, and they're pointless, and people don't play them. I play them. What the? I've had to endure the Souls-like game genre for years. I am so glad these are back. I love Devil May Cry combat, and this game looks absolutely stunning. bringing that sense of wonder and mystery of the world as well as vicious combat. Because my goodness, the world in this game, just look at it. It looks beautiful. It looks intriguing. It's making me ask questions, what's going on? This game is developed by a brand new studio in China called Eclipse Glow Games that has previously worked on helping games out like Assassin's Creed, Persona, as well as Prince of Persia. After the debut of this game, for which was a sleeper hit reveal really at the state of play, the studio went ahead and dropped an 11-minute gameplay trailer. That is next level confidence, man, and it looks stunning. Look, I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but I am so glad games like these are returning because I am sick of Souls-likes, dude. Get them out of here. I just don't like them, okay? I'm not good at them. I love the lore, I love the world behind the Souls-like games, but I'm just not good at them, okay? So there you go. There's my take. I love to turn these games on after a hard day at work or a stressful day. Turn them on easy and you'll have a great power fantasy. Or if you really want to challenge yourself, crank up the difficulty and you will see how good you really are. It's amazing. But look, if you are a fan of this genre like me, please keep an eye on this game because the potential here is just unreal. It looks amazing, and I think it's going to be an absolute hit.
The table is dead. It exists no more.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on.
Hang on a minute. A remake on a most anticipated list? What is this heresy? Yes, yes, and yes. I am a fan of the Metal Gear Solid games, and in particular, my favorite Metal Gear Solid game of all time is Metal Gear Solid 3, which happens to be the prequel to the series. Konami has had some disappointing years looking back, and quite frankly, didn't do the best job with Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. Nonetheless though, the Silent Hill 2 remake was extremely good, and along with adding endings as well as other music tracks in the game. If anything, Silent Hill 2 made me more excited about getting the MGS3 remake, and I'm actually glad Konami is back in the games industry, reviving a lot of their IPs that have been dormant for a while. Now, the really only main issue with this game was it was supposed to come out at the end of 2024, but it didn't, because I would have already played it and beaten it multiple times by now, which to me is fine because I'd rather have a game be polished and up to par than something come out that was rushed and incomplete. This game deserves the best treatment, considering that the original is one of my favorite video games of all time, damn near in my top 3. With the gameplay shown, as well as the trailers, it's looking so damn good. I truly cannot wait for August to finally go back and replay this game countless times. It is one of my favorites. I cannot wait to go back and visit the bosses and the final boss of this game, which I will not spoil if you have not played it. It is just that good. And please, if you have never played this game, pick it up. You don't have to be a fan of the Metal Gear games to know the lore or anything behind it. This is the first entry of the series, so you're doing yourself a disservice if you do not play this and it looks interesting to you. Because my goodness, when August comes, you know where I'll be. I'll be sitting on my ass playing this damn game.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
In 2020, Capcom revealed a game that is till this day still shrouded in mystery and that we barely know anything, if anything, about. The only thing that we do know for sure is the game's name is called Pragmata. The year it was supposed to come out was in 2022, but unfortunately, due to multiple delays, the game is now in this weird space of, is it canceled? Will it ever see the light of day? Well, only time will tell. The run Capcom has had recently is unreal. With making pristine remakes of the Resident Evil series, as well as returning franchises, Capcom is one of the best in the industry at this point in time. However, all that being said, Pragmata will remain on my list of most anticipated because this game has captured my attention all the way back when it was first revealed at one of Sony's events. Who knows what will happen to this project and what's going on behind the scenes with Capcom delaying it indefinitely to meet development needs. One thing is for sure, anticipation is high, and I cannot wait to learn more about this project, and let's just hope that Capcom and the team take their time and deliver something worth waiting for. And I know some people might get mad at me putting it on this list because, oh, well, this game hasn't been revealed. It's my list. If you don't like it, you can absolutely, comment down below and drop me your list of most anticipated, because this game, there's just something special, and my gut keeps telling me about it. I don't know why, but it just looks fantastic, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. And you should too. So keep an eye out.
Up you go! Sorry, kiddo. We still got a ways to go.
What secret did you sell him?
I mean, come on. Did you not just see that? That looks badass. Who doesn't want to do that? I mean, what else can I say about this one? I remember seeing for the first time the combat and thinking, there is no way in hell that's how the game is going to play, because myself and many others online thought the exact same thing. We got proven wrong. Big time. Now, do I know when this game is going to be released? No, unfortunately. Everyone's pretty much predicting 2026, but which I honestly don't mind. It's by a brand new studio, with this being their very first game in development. And I hope they take all the time they need, because ever since I saw it at that PlayStation showcase way back in, I think, 2023 or 2024, I've been Googling this game every few months to see if there is any updates. And even though it looks like a Souls-like, it's not. The developers have confirmed that there will be difficulty modes, and it plays more like a Devil May Cry rather than a Dark Souls, which, thank goodness, man. So remember the name Phantom Blade Zero, because if this looks interesting to you, like it does to me, and it just looks badass, and you just want to give the developer money to get this game right now, I'm with you. We're just going to have to wait. So just keep Googling it like I do every couple months, and yeah, just keep on doing that. We'll get this game in soon. Trust me, I cannot wait.
What's your plan? Knowing you have only 66 days to live.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I've got a little something special for you.
There are very few studios nowadays that when I go ahead and I see their name, I instantly want to pre-order. And RGG is one of those studios. If you don't know who they are, right now they are currently working on Virtua Fighter and helping get that out the door, but more importantly and more famously, they have worked on the Yakuza series. And then basically, if you haven't ever played the Yakuza series or Like a Dragon games, they are beat-em-ups. You never kill anybody or knock them out, but this game throws that out the window and goes for a more kick-ass karate style that is lethal and more dark and brutal. Plus, it's set in 1915 Japan, which is unreal, considering that the spin-off, Like a Dragon Ishin, was one of my favorite games of 2023. and how they perfected that old classic Japanese look, and this just looks awesome, dude. RGG games are always filled to the brim with content, and you get your money's worth every single damn time. Lately, the Yakuza series or the Like a Dragon games have been treading this trend of being outlandish and fun, and don't get me wrong, they are fun games, but I desperately want RGG to return to a more grounded and more gritty game, and this just seems like that. I cannot wait. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on this one. I want to know everything that comes out about this, and hopefully we see it very soon. This almost made the number 2 spot on my list, but it wasn't to that level of hype just yet. Grand Theft Auto 6 at number 2? Are you crazy? Yeah, I am. Rockstar Games knows how to market their product, and I am extremely hyped up to finally get this game considering it has been over a decade since it dropped. I was a sophomore in high school when GTA 5 dropped, and now I don't have to worry about getting turned away because of my age when I go to pick up this game. That's how old I am now. It just doesn't feel real anymore. I know this might sound weird, but I am not excited for the multiplayer of Grand Theft Auto 6. Yes, I know my friends and I will have fun and we will enjoy it for hundreds of hours playing it, but the story mode is where I am very interested to see what happens. You see, for me, Grand Theft Auto 4 is the best story I have ever played in a GTA game. Yeah, GTA 5 was okay and it had its moments, but it never had those grounded moments that I loved with Nico Bellic. The most frustrating part of Grand Theft Auto 6 is the silence. Yes, that's right, arguably the biggest entertainment product in history has had no marketing since the end of 2023. We know now that Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick says that they're planning for a closer release and marketing for their products. It just doesn't help the fact that many fans like myself are just to the point of frustration, because at least we could, have some screenshots, Rockstar, just to take a look at this game. But no, they're being more strapped down than the FBI and the CIA. It is unreal how this game is being treated right now. And hopefully we see something very soon. Maybe April 1st, that's the whole theory going around right now, but who knows, right? We just know that Rockstar has put a lot of IPs aside for GTA, and we all know it will be the most selling entertainment product in history when it launches, and I just hope that the story and characters are not a letdown, and it is something I play for years to come. And you're probably asking yourself, well, what the hell? If GTA 6 is number 2, then what's number 1? Is it like this big AAA game? Is it Onimusha? Is it Silent Hill F? Even though that is a very good honorable mention for this list, but it didn't make it, unfortunately, even though I'm very excited for that. No, it's in fact this game.
Vengeance. Powerful emotions that fuel our lives. But are they enough when death lurks around every turn? When fear and destruction consume us. Again and again and again. Join my tournament. Find out once and for all what it takes to defy death. Show me the strength of your will, Screamers!
Now you're probably thinking, what the hell? But hear me out. Every racing game fan should pay attention to this title right here, because racing games have been failing to innovate for a damn near decade at this point. Everything from track racers to botched revivals, franchises have been gone and long forgotten. Midnight Club from Rockstar, gone. Ridge Racer, gone. Need for Speed Unbound, a subpar product. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, a failed always online revival. This game has the chance to change this genre and to put the fun back into arcade racing. And I can already hear people now, well, it's just a racing game, you can't do much. If you think that, then you have no creativity. We haven't had a good racing game for a very long time, especially us as racing game fans. Sure, most games focus on destruction or realism, but the fun of going fast and outpacing your opponents at breakneck speeds is the lost art, and this is why I'm excited for Screamer. Even reading some of the bullet points has me excited to hop in the driver's seat. This is my most anticipated game, and I cannot wait to hear more. And even though it might not be everybody's cup of tea, so to speak, that's quite all right. And I would love to hear your list down below. Anyways, guys, I really thought I'd make a very chill video about the hopeful future of games because there's so much negativity around the game space right now. Like what you like, play what you want to play, get excited for what you want to get excited for. Just remember to always read reviews and look at the game before you buy it. That's just the rule number one. That's what you always should do. It's common sense, all right? But please, take it easy. I'm working on the next project right now, which is going to be a very good video. I'm going to take my time with it and have some really good fun. And hopefully you all like it. But please, stay safe out there, stay classy, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.